Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put holes and we're going to put a slit at the back on the mask. Now basically it's much, you can't really see it when you do it this way. You can't really see the holes in the mask. And the slit at the back is just so this can fold over and go under a potential costume. So take out the flappery. And what you want to do is probably put it on and then see if you can match up. Usually you don't have, you can do one or the other or both. It really doesn't matter. But you try and start with a hole. Get like something sharp, either a pin or whatever you can find in the corner. Try and get that as close as you can to your actual eye. And what you do is you turn the mask inside out. And you know that's where the hole's going to go.
Oh, look at the innards.
Alright, so then you've already put a hole there, so you find it. If you find it, you can see it's right there. And typically what I do is just cut off a piece like that. Like try and push it and grab the first little bit, and you don't have to do it fast. You can just go doing a little bit at a time. Any kind of pair of scissors will do it. You can use those scissors or these scissors, but what you want to do is create enough of these little holes so you can see out of the mask and nobody can really tell. The worst thing about, you know, the illusion of a mask is seeing some eyes, unless it's supposed to be like that. But you can really tell where your actual eyes are going to be. Most masks, they could be anywhere, but they're usually set up so your eyes are here. Like that. That's a really big one. Okay, so then, you know, you've got obvious things like nostrils, because you're going to want to breathe out of it. Yeah, more holes around the mouth, and I usually put the holes around the mouth underneath the chin. Here. If you don't have a couple, the mask will blow up like a balloon. Nobody can really see those. But this is a terrible mask, so I don't really care about it. And this one, is that? The ears. So it's better if the person who's wearing the mask does this, because then it's for them, and you can do as many holes suited to a person as they need, or vice versa. And you know, usually these things are cosplayers. So we've got this little bit is where your actual ear hole would be. You need one of those in that ear, and one of those in that ear. But remember, like, the technique is like this. Actually, I'm going to give this mask to Antonio because he likes it. I think it's shit.
Let's check them before.
Sorry about that. I did this mask in 1 hour. I was at a party and it's before it got going, and people are like, oh, you know, I can't actually remember. But I remember doing it and then discovering it really quick, and I did the entire shell of it, and then I sawed it in half. So it's really, really fast. It's the fastest mask I've ever made.
What is it?
Fastest mask I've ever made. So, you know, just holes like that. You should be able to see that pretty well. But this is so much more effective than having a complete slit under here. Eventually, if you do want to, you know, you can sort of join these up with cuts and make a slit that you can see very well. But all of these, if your eye pressed against it, you can totally see through it. Okay, the last thing to do, and this is so the mask will fit. If you have to put a costume over the top of it, you see there? Yeah, I think you can, you know, I would have done them way, way smaller if I actually cared about this mask. But, you know, anybody can wear this now. And here out of it, and they breathe, they probably do some around there, in the cracks, anywhere hidden, away, somewhere that's dark. That's a good place to put them. Okay, so the last thing is this. If you don't need to, don't do it. Because this you have to be pretty careful. If you do it the wrong way, it will just keep splitting in half, and eventually it will tear in half. So you get the back of it, and you just do about an inch. And say you know, that much fixes it. I don't think it would. For a really good example, I'm going to have to cut it properly. That's going to fit on anybody anyway. Anyway, this stuff, this latex I use really stretches. This is a good example of why I use tinted latex instead of, this is a really old mask too, so I'm surprised that, this is why I use tinted latex instead of paint, because it cannot come off. And you stretch the shit out of it. Alright, so at the top of the slit, you have to make, very carefully, a little circle going in a completely different angle. It's kind of hard to explain. You could either just do it and be really careful. I mean, it'll split in half, but you'll have plenty of time to figure it out. The other way to do this is to get a hole punch. Alright, see, it's got another circle, and that stops this tear going up. It just sort of stops it there. So if you pull it, it won't rip, at least not immediately. And that way, if you need to tuck into a costume, you can wear it like that. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye now. Oh yeah.